We're celebrating. It's 5 years. We're rolling on the road. We're rolling on the road. 100 shades of diversity. We're rolling on the road. Oh, rolling on the road. We're rolling on the road. 100 shades of diversity. We're rolling on the road. Take it away.
Yes. Thank you, Cousin Pat. And it is our birthday month. Yes, it is. Woo, hoo, hoo. This is the 1st of July, and my birthday is in 17 whole days. And so, some of my favorite people are all on this month. I do things intentionally. I am very intentional about everything I do. And so I am starting out the month with one of my most favorite people, and her name is Kiley McGiness. Put your hands together. Yes, 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 yes. I know everybody's like, what does this mean? Well, I only have one. It takes 2 hands to clap. So I only have one good hand because this hand right here, it's just there to look pretty. So in sign language, this means to clap. So I'm bilingual. Mm-hmm. Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. So now you're bilingual as well. But this means to clap. So we are clapping for Kiley McGiness, who is, the potentate around interim health care. Just so everybody knows, Kiley is the potentate. Anytime that you can say, hey, oh yeah, Dr. Kimberly? Absolutely. Do you watch Rolling on the Road? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, if you need a job from us, you can get a $300 sign-on bonus. That's somebody who's in charge. Those are the kind of people you want to be friends with. That can make stuff happen. Or they could go straight to the decision makers and say, look, I need you to get this done.
We would love to have you. The bonus offer still stands. If you want a meaningful career, you give us a call.
And wait a minute. Okay. And then she does like this with her hair.
Are going for you today?
I'm just having a little bit of hair envy.
Oh, stop.
That's why she's my friend, because she got her. And it's real and it's hers.
Stop it.
And so whenever I'm having a moment, I can just get her to do like this. And I'm like, oh, I feel better now. Everybody has their thing, okay? Don't be judging me. Don't be hating on me. And I don't care if you do either way. But that's just my thing. So I've been missing that in my life because we both been busy. But now we're back together.
I love it.
We back together. Girl, so I heard this secret. And I told the people if they wanted to know something about it, they needed to come on to the show. See, I didn't even give them no pictures. I didn't give them no nothing. I just said, look, you need $2,500? You better watch the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is big news, and it should not be a secret. I've got a lot of marketing efforts going on with this program. It's new and exciting, and if you are taking care of a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's, then please tune in. The Medicare Guide program is a government benefit funded by CMS, and it gives you $2,500 worth of care to use at an agency like ours.
Did y'all hear that? Daddy Sean, tell us where you are viewing from. Because they on the line. They're on the line.
And this is nationwide too. This is not just in Michigan. So if you've got viewers elsewhere, they just need to figure out,
Yes.
All the interim health cares are most likely doing this. But there's also facilities participating, and you could call your local facilities and see who is working with Medicare Guide.
So what do you have to have in order to get it? What do you have to do?
Yeah. So let me back up and tell you why this is exciting. So you know that to get private duty caregiver services, Medicare has never helped, right?
Correct. We've had these conversations.
Yeah. Medicare traditionally has only covered your nursing and therapy or your hospice care. No caregivers for you if you just have Medicare. That has now changed. If you have a diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's or a diagnosis that's related to memory impairment. And if you're not sure if you have the right diagnosis, call me because I got a 3-page list I can look at for you.
Oh my God, really? 3 pages?
Yeah.
That are related to dementia or Alzheimer's?
Yes. You have to have a dementia code that's on the 3-page guide list. So,
what's considered, everybody knows about the 2 big ones, Alzheimer's and dementia. Do you happen to have the list around that you can tell us some of the others? Because that would be interesting.
I do, actually. I've got it right here. So, your vascular dementia. And if you've ever seen diagnosis codes, there's like thousands of them. Right. So many of them are similar but vary. Let's see, dementia with behavioral disturbances, without behavioral disturbances, alcohol dependence with alcohol-induced persisting dementia.
Really? So yes. If you're an alcoholic, it causes dementia?
So a lot of these diagnosis codes are related to memory impairment that didn't just come from dementia or Alzheimer's. They may have come from inhalant use is on the list, sedative uses, or alcohol dependence. So for people who are a recovering alcoholic, recovering from inhalant or sedative possible abuse in the past and have memory issues related to that, they should really be calling me with the diagnosis code that's on those doctor papers that you take home after your appointment, and I can see if you qualify for this benefit.
Wow.
Psychoactive substance use is on the list. Memory impairment related to that. Senile degeneration of the brain. So that would be just age-related brain loss. Neurocognitive disorder. Pick's disease.
What's Pick's disease?
Don't ask me details on that one. Okay. I've come across it a few times, but I don't want to be quoted live on that one.
Okay.
So moral of the story is look at the paperwork that your doctor sends home with you. And if you have a diagnosis code that's related to memory impairment or something of sorts, let me know, because if you have one of those diagnoses and you have traditional Medicare.
What is traditional Medicare?
Yeah, good question. You know the red, white, and blue card?
Yes.
You got to have that.
Okay.
So Medicare A and B is traditional Medicare. You can have Part G, which is the Medigap coverage, but you cannot have Part C to get on this. So if your primary plan is a Medicare Advantage plan with Part C, that's going to disqualify you. Your primary plan has got to be Medicare A and B.
Medicare, I'm writing this down, A and B.
Traditional Medicare. Okay. And if you're not sure, if you're like, I've got all these insurance cards, I have no idea, just call me, I got you. I am on a portal through CMS. And so I need your name, your date of birth, and your Medicare number.
Name, DOB.
Yeah.
And meta number.
Medicare number. So that number, it's going to be 11 digits of letters and numbers on your red, white, and blue card. I'll plug that into the system and it will tell me within seconds if you have the right insurance for this program. If you do, then I'm going to say, okay, what's the diagnosis code? If you're like, I have no idea, again, I got you. This is easier than you think. You tell me your doctor's name and I will call them and I will get the documentation and see if you qualify. And then we schedule an assessment, which is a Medicare guide assessment that one of our nurses does. It's about an hour to an hour and a half. We submit all sorts of documents on your behalf. So this is very easy. And then you get actually $2,563. And you can use that towards in-home respite here at Interim. So Dr. Kimberly's good at explaining this one. This is when we pull the whiskers, remember?
Yes.
And we help with the groceries and the meal prep and companionship, showering, and most importantly for these diagnoses is getting your family respite. You are taking care of a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's, you got to get out and take care of yourself. You need that respite. So this is designed, the government, when they were looking at funding this, was not just looking at how can we improve the health of all these people in our country living with dementia and Alzheimer's. It's how do we improve the health outcomes of their family caregivers who are experiencing an insane amount of burnout.
What if it's just me? Can I ask for somebody to come in and help take care of me with that $2,500?
As long as you have a qualifying diagnosis, yes. But most people with these diagnosis codes have some kind of family member who's providing them support. And that's what this program is aiming to do, is to give that person relief. If you've got dementia, Pick's disease, Alzheimer's, somebody's helping you with your groceries and your bills.
Well, okay, you're right.
I hope so. If not, then we got to be better neighbors, right?
Right. This is just amazing because I think of, because it's my primary group, veterans and their families that may be experiencing this, that are getting care through Interim because they are on our approved list. Is my first thought. And how many veterans know? But when did the program start?
We heard about it last summer, kind of it rolling out. And then, Interim is a franchise, so we have this amazing amount of support from our corporate team who are just experts on these programs. And we enrolled a few months ago. We got this going, and it's been an awesome program so far. We can even service people in facilities. As long as you're not in a skilled nursing home, we can help you. Like if you're in an independent living community, assisted living community, even if you are in a memory care unit inside of an assisted living community, we can help you. As long as that facility is licensed as assisted living, not skilled nursing. So again, don't overcomplicate it. Call me and I got you. You just tell me where you're at and I'll let you know.
Wait a minute. Listen, Linda, listen. I feel like you directed that towards me. That look on my face is...
I just don't want to give too much info. I don't want to overcomplicate it. If you've got a diagnosis that aligns with this, or maybe you're taking care of a loved one who has dementia, who could use extra supports, let me know and I'll walk you through the details when you call, because everybody's got a special situation. There are some important disqualifiers, though, I need to mention. You cannot receive this program benefit if you are on hospice already. Reason is, hospice is a Medicare benefit that already includes a respite component.
Okay.
So if you're on hospice, don't call me about guide. I can still do private duty care for you if you're on hospice. I would love to help you or your family with that, but it's just not going to be under Medicare guide. We have to look into other avenues of payment like VA, Medicaid waiver. We're taking on a lot of private pay, long-term care insurance. We'll go down that route. You also cannot enroll in this program if you are with PACE. You familiar with PACE? PACE is program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, and we have some phenomenal PACE centers across West Michigan. So like in Muskegon, there's Life Circles PACE. In Holland, there's Life Circles up in Newego. And they've got another community PACE center. Grand Rapids has PACE. Lowell, they just put a new center in. It's an adult day center where you go and you have activities all day long, and it's all-inclusive care. So your doctor and your therapy team are right on site.
So I could go there and somebody could babysit me all day and I get some snacks?
Absolutely. PACE is totally separate, though. You know, you.
Wait a minute.
That's a whole other show.
Let's see if the VA pay for that. I'm about to go. Where you going today? I'm going to daycare. Goodbye. Somebody about to babysit me. And do we get nap time?
Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure they do, actually. Yeah.
Whew, thank you, Jesus. I'm trying to tell y'all, getting old and losing your mind, it ain't what it used to be. They have something for everything and everybody. Thank you so much, Miss Anderson. Please tell us where you are viewing from. And we want to give a shout out to Lady Daphne. Thank you for tuning in on today. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be hanging out with me. So I have to make sure that we have some good stuff. But I mean, this is really good because a lot of times, so many, I can almost say 100% of the times, our marginalized communities never find out about these types of programs.
Yeah, because if you're not looking, you don't know. And it's just like you and I have talked about the VA programs before. There's phenomenal support available for veterans, but if you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it because the VA is a service, not a ministry. And this is a government program.
Girl, say that again. Say that again. That'll preach. Oh, she's preaching up in here today. Go on, Kiley.
Yeah. Government programs are services, not ministries. They are not going to be openly advertised to you. If you are sitting at home needing help, waiting for something to arrive in your mailbox,
not ministries. That
so
famous quote of the year so far from Kiley.
Yeah. What that means is that information is not going to come to you. You have to be your own health advocate or be a health advocate for your neighbors, church members, friends, family, and you have got to seek out these programs. There are tons of benefits under VA, under Medicare Guide, Medicaid waiver that you can get on to get caregiver supports in your home. Again, call me and I'm happy to walk you through them. But now, one thing to go along with that that's cool about Medicare Guide is there's an additional component where they include case management with this service. So if you're on Medicare Guide, maybe you're receiving in-home care for us, you also have a case manager who's helping you with this whole aging in place process. And do you need hearing aids? Do you need medical equipment in your home? They are funding those sorts of things as well.
Out of this same program.
Out of Medicare Guide, you got it. So this is a huge support.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You get hearing aids. What else?
Oh, the list goes on. Medical equipment.
Okay.
Whatever you need to be safe may be funded for you. You have to talk to your Medicare Guide case manager, but
okay.
You know, they're constantly following up with you, seeing what else you need to stay safe at home. Another really cool component of this program is if for some reason your home is not safe to be in, So my in-home services are not going to work for you, but you still want these caregiver benefits. You can use this money towards an adult daycare center. Like, you're a social butterfly. You would like that. If you had dementia, really, I feel like you would rather go to a center and hang out with people all day rather than staying home.
Yes, as long as we're watching black and white TV. Yeah, sure. Okay, so we have a comment. Sheena says, I'm a caregiver and my family member lives in adult foster care. She receives ECT treatment and that has caused her short and long-term memory loss. Could I take advantage of this program?
I believe so, yes. So what we have to do is call me. I need the name, date of birth, Medicare number. If her insurance qualifies, we'll move forward. I will call the physician, get the diagnosis code. If it's on my 3-page list, we move forward again. We book an assessment. And it's boom, boom, boom. We get all this done in a day.
Okay, so Sheena, I have your email. And you know, I got Kiley's everything.
Mm-hmm.
So see, we do that. That means we got power to get stuff done. That's where we get our power from. You know, Wonder Twins activate. We do it through the hair. So we wonder twinning right now. Wonder twinning. So we will do that as soon as she got to go get the kids though. Okay. So she got to go get my little children's, because I'm the auntie. So she got to go get the kids. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to hook the two of you up today via email so that you can get that taken care of right away. See, this is how we do things on the show.
Absolutely. And your information is confidential with me. It stays in that portal where I check your eligibility. So again, this is funded by CMS. You can use your 2563, which you get every year, by the way.
That's dollars, y'all. The 2563, that ain't a 4-digit number to play unless you need to. That is how much you get per year. Now, Kiley, let's average that out for $2,563 a year. How many times can you use respite care?
Yeah. So of course,
yeah.
So this is a government program. Of course, there's rules around it, right?
Of course.
Of course. So how that plays out in home care is it's 20 visits. Each of those visits are 4 hours long.
Oh, Jesus, hallelujah. Okay.
So that allows the wife or the daughter, whoever's taking care of that person with dementia, to get out and attend appointments, to do the grocery errand, to take the yoga class, go to church, whatever it is that they want to do.
Miss Anderson, really, she gonna put down the 4-digit. You didn't even put a dollar sign. That's dollars, not a 4-digit number. Okay, no, to play for the evening time. Like I know something about that. All right, so that gives you 4 hours and
20 visits.
20 visits.
Mm-hmm. That allows a caregiver to get to know you well. Very cool. And again, if you do not want to use it towards in-home respite, your loved one is just not fit for the home anymore, you can use that benefit towards an adult day center, or you can actually use that towards community respite, which would be like putting them in a nursing home for a weekend while your family goes camping, for example. So there's multiple levels to this program, and there's just a whole lot included.
I love it. Okay, let's put down, you get with, it's called the guide.
Mm-hmm.
The guide program. It is Medicare.
Not Medicaid, Medicare, which, let me differentiate this for you because people get confused over it. Medicare is the insurance that everybody gets when they turn 65 or older. Maybe you get it when you're younger. There's a few exceptions nestled in there. Medicaid is the one that you have to qualify for based on your income and assets. So Medicaid, you would be applying for, you'd have a case manager. Medicare, almost everybody has. So if you have Medicare, which is a traditional plan, like you didn't pay for all these add-ons in Part C and Medicare Advantage, that's your primary insurance, and you have a memory impairment diagnosis that will qualify you for this program.
All right, so I have, wait a minute. All right. The guide, make sure I'm doing this correctly because I'm going to put it up here and I'm going to leave it up on the screen. So it is the guide program, Medicare. No, I didn't want to push enter. Okay.
You want me to do it?
Good afternoon, Bertaji. She is tuning in from Detroit, Michigan. And Miss Anderson is from Grand Rapids. She's in Kent County. She's in Ward 2. So Sheena says her sister has Medicare and Medicaid.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Sheena. You can have both. And you can even have VA benefits on top of it. This is a program where you can double dip, which is so cool.
Oh my God. Girl, say that again. She is just giving it to us today. She talking about we can double dip. And she said the government is a service. They not no ministries.
That's right. You stop sitting at home waiting for mail. It's not coming. You got to think it out. So you can double dip with this program. For example, I have somebody on the Medicaid waiver program. They are also going to get guide benefits on top of those weekly hours they get from Medicaid. I have somebody receiving VA benefits. They are also using guide hours on top of that. Ooh. You can be in a memory care unit in an assisted living community and use this. And you might ask me why. If my mom's in a memory unit in an assisted living, there's why do I need this?
That's the question. Why?
I have a cool story. We just had a man who, you know me and my stories. We just had a man who placed his wife in the memory care unit of an assisted living, and absolutely heartbreaking for him. He had a lot of guilt associated around this. Obviously, when you're in that transition phase where you just moved into a memory care unit, you're going from having one-on-one tons of attention to now being around a bunch of people, and you're not getting as much of attention as you used to.
Yeah.
And so he was going there every single day to spend time with her, give her one-on-one, read to her, play music for her. Not that the community didn't do these things, but they only have so many minutes a day per person. You know, those caregivers are stretched. And so this allows our caregiver to come in and do one-on-one with her under the guide program. Yeah, the caregivers in the facility are still showering, toileting her, feeding her, cleaning for her. But we go in for a 4-hour block, whether, you know, the husband wants to use it once a week, once a month, however he wants to stretch it out. And that's a day that he doesn't have to go there, where he can go to the gym or to church and know that somebody came and sat with his wife and talked with her and read her the Bible and played music for her. She got that extra one-on-one he wants her to have.
Did y'all hear that? She said, come and read. They will come and read the Bibles. Hallelujah.
The one-on-one personal care and support really, you know, when you're in a community, we're not doing that personal care. So it allows us to give people the extras, you know, like I said, the music, the reading, the companionship, the things that they're probably missing out on when they were at home.
I love it. It is now 4:29, 29 minutes after the hour, 4:29. Can you believe it? We've already gone through 30 minutes. And what we have learned in 30 minutes has just been phenomenal. I love my Kiley. You see that? I personalized it. I personalized it. She belongs to me. Now I will share her with the rest of y'all and the information that she's giving, but she belongs to me. I want y'all to understand that first and foremost. And for those of you who would love to be a caregiver after hearing all of this, even to come in and do respite care for families that are taking care of folks with dementia, and Alzheimer's, daytimers, nighttimers, please go to Interim Healthcare. And if you just mention this show, you go in there and say, what does Dr. Kim call Kiley? And the answer is her Kiley. She calls her my Kiley. And if you can do that, you will get a $300 sign-on bonus to become a caregiver. Okay, so back to the program. We have a comment here. It says, my sister is in an assisted living care unit. I usually go and take her off campus for a car ride, take her out and to eat. And she loves the dollar stores. I know, I just love them too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we do that. Dr. Kimberly knows. We used to take you out and about in a convertible, didn't we?
Yes. I loved it.
Yeah. Outings, doctor appointments. Oh, we have male clients that like to go putz around Home Depot. We have ladies that like to go get their frozen yogurt or watch the boats. In the summertime, yes, we can make that happen, because again, it's companionship, it's one-on-one, it's what we consider to be a part of our home life enrichment program. And to Medicare Guide, it's providing respite for that loved one and giving you that break.
Now, they will, so if she's in assisted living,
mm-hmm.
What did she say? She's in a listing, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Her sister is in an assisted living care unit. So if she wants respite, she just calls you up, because we're going to use you as an example, Sheena. So she's our example today. Our example is Sheena's sister lives in assisted living, and we're going to use the guide program. So first we're going to call. Hello, ring, ring, ring. Hey, girl. Is this Miss Kiley, the lady that we saw on the Rolling on the Road show? Is this her?
Sure is.
Oh, hey, how do I get enrolled in the program? What do I need to do?
I need the patient's name. So I need your sister's name.
Okay, so my sister's name is Janie May.
Got it. What is her date of birth?
July 18th, 1966.
All right. I need that Medicare number off her red, white, and blue card, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
All right. Checking.
All right.
She's eligible.
What?
So
now what do we do?
That tells me she has the right insurance. She's got traditional Medicare A and B. If she had Part C, it would give me the boot, but at least you would know, right?
Okay.
Now we got to make sure she's got a diagnosis code on my 3-page list.
Okay. So my diagnosis code is for her is 2563.
All right. It's on my list.
Okay. So now what do we do?
We're going to book an assessment, and I need the doctor's name so that I can gather some documentation in the meantime.
Okay. Dr. Peabody.
Awesome. I'm going to call him today. I'm going to ask for the documentation I need to be faxed over immediately, and let's get an assessment booked. Are you available this week?
Hello, this is Dr. Peabody. How can I help you?
Dr. Peabody, I need your office to send me documentation for the Medicare Guide program.
Okay, can you give me your fax number and I'll get that right over?
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. There you go. Oh, it's faxed.
Oh, you are too much. All right, our nurse is going to come out Saturday. Have us for an hour and a half block.
Okay.
You have to sign a consent form. This is a free assessment. And then I'm going to submit all that paperwork into CMS.
All right, guys, look at this. Boom. She's got Medicaid Part A and B.
Medicare A and B. Yeah. So that's awesome. If that's her primary insurance, you're halfway there. Does she have a diagnosis code that is related to memory impairment? Because that's the next step.
All right. Tara says, great job, ladies. This is an awesome demonstrating and walking us through such an overwhelming process. Love this.
Only Dr. Kimberly would make me role play a conversation. Only you.
Well, sometimes, I mean, we can talk about it, but to actually see it. And actually, guys, it does go just that smoothly and just that quickly. As long as you are available to pick up the telephone, it's going to happen.
Absolutely. And if the answer is no, like if it comes back and tells me, oh, Part C, they have Medicare Advantage, this program isn't going to work. Well, you know what? Open enrollment is every year. If insurance changes, you can call me next year. But I'm also not just going to tell you goodbye. We're going to talk about other options for care. We offer skilled nursing, PT, OT, speech therapy, social work here, bath aids. If your loved one needs that, that's an insurance covered service. We'll talk about it. We offer hospice care here. If your loved one needs it, we'll talk about it. There are other ways of paying for caregiver services like VA, Medicaid waiver, long-term care insurance. The list goes on. Medicare Advantage plans, there are a few that will pay us directly for this. So I'm not just going to tell you goodbye. I'm going to help you and give you instructions if you need to make some calls and then follow up with you.
Now, since we are talking about Sheena, now if Sheena is currently being paid through insurance company, she can come to you. Since if she's getting paid to be a caregiver, she can switch over to Interim and be a caregiver to receive not just to get the respite care, but she could get a $300 sign-on bonus for being a caregiver through Interim. And the great part about it is that if her time and her space only allows her to be a caregiver to her sister, then she already has her client, and that would be her only client.
Absolutely. Yeah. We wouldn't be in business this long if we were mandating our caregivers and what hours they work. Our caregivers tell us what they're going to work. Are they just going to work with their loved one? Are they their loved one plus part-time clients? Do they want full-time hours? And that can change over time. So you give us your availability. We find you clients that are a good fit, meaning close to your house, align with your skills and your personality, maybe even your hobbies and interests. And then we will help you build a schedule from there. And it is, as time has gone on, it's gotten easier and better. We now do all of our scheduling and communications through an app. So it's all mobile.
And I'm here to tell you, they do it. It does work. I mean, I have been in a wheelchair for 12 years, and I was with them probably the first, 3 or 4, probably at least 4 years. Kiley wasn't there yet, though.
Oh, yeah, I was.
Well, where was you? I don't remember us talking.
Oh, maybe. We talked. I remember you. I didn't do your initial assessment, but I remember talking to you on the phone.
Did we? Oh, Lord, that means I said something.
Katie, our social worker at the time, did that assessment, but I processed all your paperwork. I admitted you in the system. I did all your follow-up calls to make sure you were happy with your caregiver. I remember you.
But they do pair you with they do, honestly, find somebody that is close to you and what you like to do. Because back then, I was really sad about having to be in this wheelchair and that I had a stroke. I just couldn't believe it. I was probably in disbelief for a year or two until they made me go to disability school. That's what I like to call, like, who just teaches you how to be disabled? But when they paired me with Disability Advocates of Kent County, I'm telling you, it just changed my whole outlook.
Yeah, shout out to Dave. That's a great
disability group. And what disability looks like, what it could be. And I laugh because anybody who has heard me tell this, I was so angry. And Now I have my name on the door. I have so this pretty decal that you see right up here in the corner that says 100 Shades is on the front windows. When you come up, you see it. And then my name is in the front vestibule reception area and a couple other places throughout the place. So I just kind of, if you will, I took ownership of my disability. And if you want to get down technical, I took ownership of DIS. And that's not bad English, but it is DIS. All my DISs, I just took responsibility for them. I said, hey, look, this is life. This is what it's dealt me. Let me get this together. And it has been the best thing. It really has. We have a comment. Oh, Vertaji says, resources for parents with children living with autism and other disabilities. So that's a question. Do you guys have any resources available?
I do have clients with autism or other cognitive disabilities. However, our agency is only servicing people age 18 and above at this time.
Okay.
If the person you're talking about, Ratanji, is below age 18, I know that
actually now.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say, if you guys know of somebody younger, Disability Advocates of Kent County, that's honestly where I send most people to get started because they know of all the community resources for like everything.
Yeah, you would be talking to Jenny Markle. That will be your first person that you talk to for resources. And that's my person. In fact, we're kitty corner from each other because my office is inside of Disability Advocates of Kent County. Isn't that crazy? Yes.
Community Mental Health Network 180, they do a lot of things as well. But again, if you start with Disability Advocates, they're going to get you on the path you need to be on and with the right people in the community.
Oh, he's 20 now. I thought he was, or maybe he had a birthday.
I will say autism is not on the diagnosis list. The Medicare Guide program was designed because of the huge family caregiver burden in our country. The government actually recognized, holy smokes, we don't pay for any of the care. And we have millions of people who are not working because they're taking care of a loved one with one of these diagnoses. And so this is a program to alleviate that. It is studying outcomes of the patient who's receiving the care, as well as outcomes for their family caregiver who's using this as respite. So part of our assessment, there's some questions aimed towards them. And this is an 8-year pilot program.
Oh my gosh.
So
okay.
don't twiddle your thumbs for too long. You get this benefit every July 1st. So call me this month so you can at least see if you're eligible, because if you are, we can get you hours this year and then every year after. And like this year, if you want it for in-home benefits with us here at Interim, that's great. Next year, you have the option if you want to use that benefit for in-home community respite. Like if you'd rather have them have 24/7 care in a nursing home or an adult daycare center. So you can switch where you use the benefit each year.
So she says her husband is disabled. Dr. V, well, I'll do this real quick because she has to go pick up my little babies she got to go pick the babies up.
Oh,
so
yeah. I gotta start chasing boys.
So she got to go get my little nephews. And is there a conflict resolution advocate? Yes, there is, Miss Anderson. If you inbox me on, I don't know what page you're watching on. I think you might be on my personal page. So if you message me, then I can get you connected today. So we'll take care of that. For Taji, we're going to have Kiley go over one more time who's eligible for. Okay, she said we could talk later. All right, well, I'll get the particulars about him later and we'll see where we need to go and what we need to do for Mr. Bailey. But I want to say this just wasn't long enough. Because this is really just a snippet. Mm-hmm. And I would love for us to kind of go through it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me give you a recap. Yeah. And if you're wondering, does my loved one qualify? Like, just call me. I'm friendly. I swear. I make it easy for you.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's do the power move. Ready? Wonder Twins activate. Ready?
Oh my word. She makes me do the craziest things.
Okay.
Anyways, just call me. I'm Kiley, or Emma works intake alongside me. She's phenomenal. Kiley or Emma, interim healthcare. Just say, hey, I've got a loved one with dementia. I heard about Medicare Guide. Can you talk me through it? And I'll start asking you questions to see if there's eligibility, and we'll go from there. The big flags that mean you're eligible for Medicare Guide, which gives you a $2,563 annual benefit to use towards in-home respite, adult daycare, or community respite, are: one, you have Medicare A and B, traditional Medicare, red, white, and blue card. Two, you have a diagnosis related to memory impairment, such as dementia, Alzheimer's, or similar. Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, Dave. I'm just about to leave. And that's it. Those are the two eligibility criteria. The disqualifiers are: you can't be on hospice, you can't be attending PACE, and you can't have a Medicare Advantage plan, aka Part C.
Part C.
You can have Part G and qualify, but not Part C.
Okay, so that's new. We didn't get that from the beginning. Okay, we got G on there. So everybody got the recap. And what is awesome is that we already have a guest who was on the show with us, who is probably our first person off of here who will be signed up probably on tomorrow. So we'll take care of that as soon as I am off here, and she has to go get my nephews. And we want to tell her thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. And I'm going to try to come to that community fair. So hopefully I can meet lots of people there and we can talk further about care.
Absolutely. That is on August 2nd. And we will see you there, or maybe you'll have your partner come out and she can have all of the information.
Absolutely. I'm back in tomorrow morning, so give me a call with any of your questions. Thanks, guys.
I sure will. Hey, Dave, how's it going today?
Oh, too busy to get my hair cut.
I see it. Can you turn around, show the folks your ponytail? Look how long that ponytail has gotten. How has that ponytail been with this summer heat?
Oh, it's kind of like when I have poison ivy. It only itches when people ask me if it itches. And so it only feels hot if people ask me if it feels hot. I'm not a fan of the heat. You know me, I like the snow. So,
yes, we know.
So I do my best to hide in the shade, and I'll leave it at that. And you, how are you doing in this heat?
I have not been out. So today was awesome because I got an opportunity to actually roll into the campus and not work from home. Weather was perfect. But of course, by the time I got ready, when I left, it was perfect. By the time I started coming back to get ready for today's show, I was like, oh, I left in just enough time.
Excellent. It was great to see you in person today.
Yes.
Nothing against technology, but
not at all. I mean, we still got just as much work done as we would have, but it's always nice to work face to face, because we certainly got something done in like 10 minutes. I loved it.
Yes. As I like to say to people here, hey, to save an email.
We had a meeting and it was done in 10 minutes.
Exactly.
This is the problem. This is how I believe we can solve it. Everybody, yes.
And let's put the solution session on the calendar. Boom.
That was it. Just like today, it was really great. Even with all of the cuts, we found out that Medicaid Part A and B, so those of you who are just tuning in or want to know, what did they talk about today? Medicaid Part A and B, and now she says, and Part G, this is a pilot program. It just started. Today is the first day that you can choose it, and you get $2,563 to use for respite care.
Who came up with that number? 2,563.
You know what? Probably one of your people. I don't know. But I saw other people, they was writing it down thinking that it was a 4-digit number, to go play the lotto for the evening.
2,563. Straight box ends. I'm playing it today.
I'm just saying.
I got it.
Boxing straight. 25.
Go to my calculator here. It's like, does 2,563 get divided by anything, or is it a prime number?
I was going to figure that out because, I like, that math thing. Math and words are my two favorites.
I divided it by 365, and it comes down to $7 and 2.191781 So 365 doesn't divide into it equally.
Okay, but the way that it works, so we have to figure it out though. And I was going to do that after the show because I'm going to do a little flyer for folks to know and do, because we actually did a role play today.
Nice.
We did role play. You get 4 hours. So the way they figured it is 20 times 4. So I don't know what happens to the remainder, but you get 4 hours, 20 visits per year out of that 2,563.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And then, and I love that you just said you're going to make a flyer because I saw Bonnie Miller today.
I did. I saw her.
Shout out to Bonnie. Bonnie used to work with us, and then she retired and moved to Florida. Bonnie invented a thing that we call family support services. And the reason why she invented it is because Bonnie would, her daughter, Michelle, has disabilities, and Michelle was in her early 30s, and Bonnie's like, hey, no one ever told me about that. And another few months would go by, and Bonnie's like, no one ever told me about that. Like, there's all these services out there that unless you know the secret words, they're not going to tell you. Dr. Kimberly today is already telling you about something hot off the press starting this very day, and then getting a flyer out there, educating more folks that this is some supports. It's not going to solve every issue. It's going to help. It's going to help. Every little bit helps, some people like to say.
See, but what I appreciate is that while we were doing it, there was someone, Sheena Brown, was asking all the questions because she was saying, hey, my sister is in assisted living. Can I get this service? I'm her caregiver. And then she went and she looked and she came back and she says, hey, she's got Medicaid Part A and B. So we did the role play and we said, hey, what's going to...
Brenda wants to play the lotto. She just... 2563, Brenda. 2563. Play the straightforward tonight. We only ask for 10% donation to 100 Shades of Diversibility if you
so that we can get a camera
2563 today.
And that decimal number dividing it, the 2563 by 365 days was 7.191. So we'll stop it for a 4-digit. It would be 7191.
There you go. Again, if you hit a 4-digit lotto, 10% to 100 Shades of Diversibility. That's all we're asking for.
That's it. We can get a camera crew.
Tax deductible. You gotta give a little back for great insight from the universe here.
I'm just trying to tell you.
We're just trying to help.
That's it.
Dr. Kimberly needs some more purple swag. I'm just saying.
Just a little bit. Some cameras here. So we are excited because, again, as we were going through and she gave the diagnosis, a couple of ones that really stood out for me that I need to make sure gets posted to all of our veteran sites is if you are a recovering alcoholic and you have some memory issues, then, she said she really doesn't play the numbers. She said, joke, 7191. Thank you.
10% got you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. She said that if you were alcoholic and you've got some memory issues behind it, you qualify for the 2563 if you have Medicare Part A and B. I was like, wow, because they have a 3-page list of memory related issues. So the top 2 that they are advertising is Alzheimer's and dementia. So I said, I need you to tell us some more, because everybody may not have Alzheimer's or dementia. Because I have sometimes, I can't remove. Sometimes I wheel into a room and I'm like, what did I come here for? So then I have to turn back around.
I'm with you.
I'm like, can we get the money for that? I'm just saying.
I know, it's like, I know I needed something in this room. Why did I come here? I got to start carrying around with like one of those little old-fashioned chalkboards. Get orange juice from refrigerators. I go to the kitchen. Oh yeah, I'm here for orange juice. I'm not making this up, folks.
No, we need an Etch-a-Sketch. Y'all don't know nothing about no Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch. I was never good at it. Like, I couldn't write words on Etch-a-Sketch.
Need an Etch-a-Sketch. But I can't do that because you need 2 good hands to do Etch-a-Sketch.
We need to write the Etch-a-Sketch inventors and say, Etch-a-Sketch, you need an accessible one-handed unit.
That would be cool. I am excited. On tomorrow, our guest is going to be Michael Hyacinth and Weenie. Weenie is on PBS. He is national now. He started out as an app and going live on YouTube, being live on YouTube, on Facebook, and now he's on PBS.
And it's awesome.
He is.
I met him at the Martin Luther King breakfast in January. The Urban League of West Michigan hosts this great breakfast every Martin Luther King Day. Hey, speaking of Martin Luther King.
Hey, oh yeah, Brenda forgot, and Oldtimers.
Oldtimers, that's us. As our regular viewers will know, that we regularly point out that the March on Washington, where Dr. King gave his I Had a Dream speech, had a list of demands.
Yes.
And I actually heard like a member of Congress yesterday bring up the fact that it's like people want good jobs. People need good jobs, good pay, good benefits. And here we are 60 plus years after the March on Washington, and we're still working on it. And so anyways, I about, fell out of my car when I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody else is like us, reminding people that these demands to help folks, good health care. I mean, working on increases to Medicare, Medicaid, not decreases. How do we bring things together? I'm just going to say.
She said PBS, not PTSD. No, ma'am, not PTSD.
PBS. But yeah, great, creative, educational.
So I am excited that he is going to be on tomorrow. So we have a national celebrity. Mr. Weenie is coming on to Rolling on the Road. Now, what I would love for them to do is an episode with someone who has a disability. So I'm going to talk to him because I haven't seen them do it now, but they are getting into neuro activities.
Well, not to teach you how to negotiate because you're awesome at it, but it's like, wouldn't it be great to have a regular character who had a disability?
That's
and then the fallback position would be, okay, just an episode.
And I want to do the voice. I want to do the voice.
Hey, man, that would be awesome. Because it would be so awesome. Because people forget, like, I'm a Game of Thrones fan. Sorry, folks. I like that kind of stuff. But Peter Dinklage's character was supposed to be not a huge role, but he did such an awesome job. They kept having to write more for him because the audience was like, this is awesome. And so I could see that one-time character with a disability. People are like, teach us more. Teach us more. This was when he does it well, not if, but when he does it well, people are saying, we want more. We want that Dr. Kimberly voice actress back because she's really good.
All right. I just want you guys to know at this anniversary, this is so cool that one of our interpreters, Justine, you remember Justine?
I do. She's a library commissioner now, but we digress.
Justine Bryant. It's not a digression. She just sent me a text, and we're going to have ice cream on the porch today because it just seems like it's a kind of a summer thing to do. I miss my grandmother, and she would make homemade ice cream. We'd be hanging out there on the porch eating ice cream because she can't come in because she just knows you're going to make a mess. And then my aunt would come out and say, and don't make a mess on the porch because you're going to bring ants.
Bring ants.
It's like, what? Oh, Maddie. Hey, Maddie. Maddie just tuned in all the way from Arkansas. Hey, girl.
Nice.
She's here from Arkansas. And today, you're going to have to go back and watch the replay, Maddie. We talked about Medicare Part A and B and getting respite care if you have dementia and or Alzheimer's or any type of memory loss related. It's 3 pages. So I'm sure somebody will find themselves somewhere in there. Cool. And you got to have a caregiver so they can get some respite. So I'm excited. We're going to have ice cream on the porch.
Cool.
Hopefully it's not going to be too hot. Otherwise, we'll come in here with the air condition. But you guys, stay tuned. Weemie's going to be on tomorrow. Next week, we're going to talk about the gift of life. We'll be at the zoo the day before my birthday. So July 17th, that's going to be part of my birthday stuff. So if you guys want to hang out with me for my birthday, we're going to go to the zoo.
Excellent.
Here in Grand Rapids. It is awesome. You just have to be prepared for it, but it is awesome, especially when you see newborn babies who their parents have gifted them. I think that's probably the most difficult. But since I think they kind of do it alphabetically, so you'll see my husband, he'll be right at the front. This will be his 2nd year being there. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome stuff, folks.
Of course, Maddie's birthday is Saturday. Yay, Maddie.
July 5. Hey, we got to say happy Canada Day to our Canadian viewers.
Hey, Canadian viewers.
Today's Canada Day. So they celebrate their independence from England today, or kind of independence. They still have the king, but he's the king of Canada. They're not a... It's just as
look, we got somebody who wants to be the king of America, so...
Hey, now, we don't want to digress into that. Time's up for today, because that's another 5-hour show right there.
Ooh, we not having that show.
We're not, well, not yet.
But yeah, so we're just excited. We're going to talk about the gift of life. They have a new person in that position. I know many of you know him, Kenny Henderson. Many of you know him as a singer around here, a worship leader. He is now at the gift of life.
Awesome.
Which is awesome, because I don't think I've ever seen a person of color in that particular position, and it's a Black man. So that's different.
That is huge, different in a cool way.
It is. So I'm excited about what's going on. I'm excited that we're at the precipice of it all, or in the center. We're really in the center of it.
We've been saying it for 5 years. You've heard it here first.
With a lot of things.
Breaking news.
We have definitely been able to do it. And today, to do something major with Medicare, yes. Part A and B.
Awesome.
So we'll figure out how much that is per visit. So you get 4 24-hour visits, not 24 hours. You get 4-hour visits 20 times per year. is how they have divided up that $2,563. And it is with interim healthcare, and it is a national program. It is not just a Michigander thing. It is national.
The math still doesn't make an even number. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I'm just trying to figure the
You
math
got
out.
some
Folks.
remainder left over?
Somebody must get the remainder.
How much is the remainder on this one?
If you divide it by, so 2,563
Mm-hmm.
divided by 4 divided by 20, because it's 4-hour visits 20 times a year,
Yep.
is $32 and 3.75 cents per visit.
Hour.
So that 0.75 cents. We're going to figure it out. But again, we're just going to not say anything bad about the government.
At all. We're just happy that it didn't get cut. And as everybody notices, it's so quiet. You see that? Because Dave's at home.
No, I'm not at home. I'm in the main conference room because
Is that where you
late.
are?
Yeah, I was late because I was hosting some folks from Michigan State University.
This is true.
And they getting a tour of things. They're working with us on a really cool project. And so my computer was here because we also had a Zoom meeting with people that are also part of the project. Not to sound too cool because I'm not. But so I just am here. I figured I'd better be the last 15 minutes of the show, and I'm up to 21 because I don't get enough rolling on the road these days. I'm too dang busy, folks. I'm sorry.
Because he's rolling.
I'm rolling. we got a couple people on leave here, so I got to help fill in. And it's supposed to be, what happened to quiet summers? Dr. Kimberly, Lily, who we know, who's run for office and stuff, a good friend, great disability advocate. She invited me to speak at the Freedom Fest on Saturday.
Yeah, she sent me And
if you hear a little scratch in my voice, next time we see each other, I'll play the video of me. My voice was hilarious. Hilarious, folks. I'm pushing through, but I survived and we got some chuckles. And because anyways, no spoilers. It's just hilarious with my almost laryngitis voice trying to project at Rosa Parks Circle. So that with a scratchy voice, that's the fun we have.
Oh, this is funny. Brenda says that we're really working her brain today.
We need somebody who knows those Sudoku puzzles, can figure out 2,563.
I don't know. Now that's my thing. I play Sudoku every day.
Here we go. Google.
Every day. So this is really irritating me.
Google, is 2,563 prime? No, it's divisible by 11.
What?
Now we're going back to the calculator, people, to really hurt your brain. 2,563 divided by 11 is 233. And then is 233 a prime? $233 is a prime number. Dr. Kimberly, we have a mystery.
We do.
Wrapped in an enigma.
Maybe it is
2,563.
to see what they're going by. I know what part of it is they probably figured out how much do caregivers make per hour across the country, because this is an across the country program through Medicare, Part A, B, and G. So they may have taken the average per hour cost, right?
It's something. It's like 11.
Because you have to go through a caregiver in order to get it, or an agency. and because they're going to come in and do the respite care. So if they took the average of whatever it was across the nation, talking about raspy voice, so you take that number, maybe it's $11 an hour.
I did $11.62 just because I pulled a number from the sky. No, but 11 would be 233 hours, but then 233 hours doesn't divide equally into,
because you're getting 20.
233 is a prime number.
Let's see,
folks, we're
You
like
got-
a Star Trek episode right now.
right? So it's 4 hours at 20 visits. So it's 20 times 4 hours is what would be the first number. Clear. So we got 20 hours, 20 visits times 4. It comes up to 80 hours. 80 is your number,
Okay.
right? Let's do 2563 divided by 80. Comes out to 3203.75. And that should be like per. So let's times 4 equals 128. And that times 20. I did it. I got 2563. That was it.
All right.
I'm just smart.
We don't need Sudoku wizards. We have Dr. Kimberly.
I got it. 2563. That's it.
All right.
All right. So what I did was, the way I came up with the answer is that it's 4 hours times 20 visits, which is 80, and divided the 2563 by the 80, which came out to be 3203.75, and then multiplied that back, and it came out to 2563.
We got it here, folks. Calculators work.
She's smart.
She's going to start working for the New York Times in their puzzle page. So you won't see Dr. Kimberly on Rolling the Road anymore because she's now working for the New York Times.
I figured it out.
Oh, folks, there's always somebody somewhere trying to stump Dr. Kimberly, and it doesn't work.
I got it. I did it.
It's governors can't stump her, and we'll see if the president would dare go toe-to-toe.
Oh, I cannot wait. I do. I would like to meet him.
Yeah, get him. All right, Dr. Kimberly.
You know, I'm going to post it, which is so funny, is the post. I created the flyer yesterday, or my little meme. It says, Elon Musk solves a problem for me. He was a solution to a problem.
All right.
Because I said he certainly did not intend for his little Tesla to be a solution for, what did I say, a widow, a Black woman, a veteran, a disabled person, and a wheelchair user. And then I put the type of wheelchair I was in, a cookie 2 manual. But he was. Yep.
Awesome.
So I'm like, yes. Got to hang out in the Tesla on Saturday. But okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well,
Dr. Thurston said, we having too much fun. That's what happens in the advocacy world.
you know, you got to have fun while you're doing this work. If not, you become bitter and terrible things happen. Truly.
Or they try to drive you crazy to figure out, how did you come up with 2563 to get a piece?
Yeah. I mean, my last note for the day, as one of my spiritual directors of many years ago used to say, life is too serious to be taken seriously.
Boom.
So enjoy and still fight for justice, but find people that you can laugh with.
That's it. And my daddy would say, keep it simple, stupid. And don't be stubborn, stupid.
I can hear him saying it, not as well as you can, but I can hear him saying it.
That's it. He said, just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. He said, cause I'm peacock proud, honeymoon happy, and I'm at my best.
Awesome.
All right, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We getting ready to go national PBS with Weenie. Woohoo! See you tomorrow, guys.
See ya.
See you. What? Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Pretty good.
Oh.
What is that American? That is so fun.
That's our prize. Outfit I wore in 2017.
Uh-huh.
We get our prize. So we have right there. Mm-mm. And right there. The fat one is recycled.
I've got to know. What's the story behind the vegetable soup?
I didn't want stuff like that. Oh, I wanted to see, right? And my daughter was sitting in the house with me. And I said, you know, somebody going back to you. Why can't we get pizza? I said, fine, but that's what I really want to walk for the rest of the food. I lived in the apartment building. The door was locked to get into the building. And you got a key to come in the big door. There were 6 units. You could hear if anybody came in the front door. You could hear it like in my apartment. You could have heard if somebody came to the door. When she left out to go get the pizza, she opened up the door and almost tripped. There was a can of breast soup at the door.
Somebody just put that there? Like one of the neighbors heard?
What did I just say?
You could hear everybody. You could hear
We
everything.
heard nothing and nobody. And it was just that God gives you the desires of your heart. That was my heart's desire.
Yeah.
That you are in the right place with God.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about worldly or lustly, you know. We're talking about just pure, simple need, and your heart's desire has to be the same thing that God desires. And you should know those. Look at that bitch.
I can stare.
I do. That's on 24/7.
Yeah. It's so peaceful and calming. I love it.
I can't afford to take care of the tank. Because see, I've been broke trying to figure out how to pull up, and I've been pulled up on the tank, and me and the whole thing being felt. My little figure. So I got an 80-inch tank right there.
I love it. I got some sea monkeys at home. Because those don't require much work. You just have to feed them once a week. And so.
Hey, girl, you just got to save them Bazooka Joe bubblegum wrappers in order to get sea monkeys.
Yeah, I found some at the bookstore.
And then they never was real.
They would never hatch. There were like 200 eggs that I poured into this thing. Of those 200 eggs, 5 of them hatched. But they're still alive today.
And how long have they been living?
I think about 3 months.
Oh, I thought you were going to take years.
No, but they will.
Oh,
Yeah. Maybe that's my progressive soup can.
oh,
That's something. Did you eat it or did you keep it closed? Is that just a can?
I ate it,
Okay.
but it took a long time for it.
Yeah.
Because I just kept looking at it, I just kept crying.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that simple as some soup.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I knew there had to be a good story behind that one.
But we did all my little plants.
You got it great though.
This was a little bitty thing, and see the little flowers keep falling off. And I didn't know, which I found out the other day, is that this closes, they close up when there's no sun. So like I took it outside, so I could take a picture of it. I think I have a before picture. But this was sitting at Disability Advocates in like your occupational therapy. For almost a damn year, I kept asking, now ain't but 5 of y'all that work in here, but don't nobody know who the damn plant belongs to. I said, if y'all don't want me to have it, just say, no, I can't have the plant. But it's only 5 of y'all that work here, so I don't know who else I need to ask. I said, can I have that plant? Because y'all not doing nothing with it. So then finally, they got a new manager over in occupational therapy. She was there maybe a month. And she goes, I don't know whose plant that is. If they don't need it. So she said, you know what? Just take the damn thing. You know, somebody's got a problem with it. We'll figure out, just get another one and put it over there. I don't care. So when she saw the picture, she was, oh my God. Oh, well, hello. Did you see him? Hello. Well, how you doing? You say hi to her again. I was just thinking. Now the flowers have died on this one, but the greenery is still growing.
Oh, yeah.
I have a young little friend, he's 7, and he has autism. And I tell you, I guess his autism is bad enough that he can't go to school. His mother has to homeschool him. They have to do his therapies at home. He's ABA. Everybody comes to him. And then they have activities that they do. He goes to the Children's Museum. He only has like 2 or 3 places that he goes, but this is like every week. So it's like, I know Children's Museum. There's a new place that just opened up that has sensory. It's a sensory place for children with autism.
Okay.
That he likes, and he likes coming here. And he likes to make sure, he likes to tell me what the box is with my story. That's a whole other story in itself. And so, whenever they go, he knows that Dr. Kim likes purple. He makes his mother buy all of this stuff. So a lot of that stuff that's on that front table that you saw them to me are things that they have gifted me. Because Dr. Kim has something purple. And you have to go to minor. And they call it stemming when things don't go their way in order. It's not in order. You know, right? So he starts having things until he bought something. And then he was upset because that was not the purple thing that he wanted to have. So she was like, we need to find something to get for Dr. Kim every time he goes flowers. She said, Mom, you can do that. So I have all of these flowers. What I'm doing is that when they die, I dry them out so that I have these big, huge pillow covers. Like, you put the pillow in there. But I don't even know what happened to the pillow. I don't know. But I got these big, huge covers, and I'm going to crush them up, crush up all these flowers. Some are already dried out, crushed up. I'm going to crush them up and then put them in, let them soak in some essential oil for a while, and then put them in a pillow and use it out here.
Oh, like what party? I didn't know the migrant press that put up into a base or a frame.
I don't put them in the pillow. And then all the seeding. So every flower that I got, so I've been saving flowers since my husband's funeral. So all of those flowers that came, or just I'll take a picture, like every other day, it's just kept on. And so every time, they would die out, I was calling the florist and I was replacing flowers. I just got addicted to having all of these flowers around. It was almost like the first year that I kept finding flowers. But all of the ones that came from me, I have them in a box. They're all dried out. And so I can saw them in the bathroom that I've already made, hopefully. I have them there. And then the rest I have in a box that I've been saving. And then I added Kix flowers.
You are is giving or receiving is your love language.
And yet,
Both is the same.
Mhm.
Minus for receiving is also giving gifts, but for giving is which is nice. But because you are something with that personally, just that is your thing.
because if you got enough for me to get it, I'm not gonna just put it in the trash. I mean, even like my shoes, I get these are called tees.
Mhm.
And they send me a personalized card with every pair that I have purchased. And I think I have like 32 pairs. So they have, hey, Dr. K, thank you so much. We hope you enjoy. Let us know what you did, and send us pictures and blah, blah, blah. Maybe. But what is good customer service?
Yeah, truly.
It's just good customer service. And that's why I'm looking at it. I promise you, still, actually, been that. It's sent an advertisement last week for a pair of tees to get for the summer. And I was like, oh my God, those are so cute. I wonder if I have those. I was like, oh, they're $370. I was like, oh, I probably didn't get those. Girl, I'm going out looking in that room and I was like, I did that on a pair of flats.
Ooh,
And then today they sent an email. It's summertime, get the pastel. And I'm looking. So I said, let me see what they have. And I'm going on, let's check. Oh, I got that. And then I looked, I said, they were $210. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So they're 210.
Mhm.
And then 5 pair. How much is that?
That's why you have to say class those small receipts. Although nobody knows what these are. Like people know, but they aren't gonna come for that. But
My neighbor does. Which she lives around the corner.
yeah, that's sprinklers then. Is that's not what you're talking about?
No, it was the one up front that it was shooting up like a rocket. It wasn't like a thing. Check. No, what else? Oh, yes, I was outside. And she's like, oh my God. I was getting out of the Uber. And she says, oh my God. I was like, what's wrong? She says, I'm sorry. Hi, how are you? I was like, good, how are you? She goes, you have on a pair of tees. Oh my gosh, I would love. She said, that is my dream shoe. And I said, you know what? I said, it was mine too, but it's not. Now it's a reality. And she said, well, how did you start liking them? And that's because I used to watch Oprah faithfully. And she started giving them away one year as the perfect gift to give when she does the Christmas thing. And I said, and then when she, part of her 25 show countdown for 25 years, she did one show on just all her shoes and everything that, her dressing room. And she showed off, she had every tee. And I said, one day, I'm going to be able to afford to buy some tees.
Yes,
Obviously, no, it's going to be like 30 something. And I did not know I was going to be buying them for other people. And so I said, what size shoe do you wear? Oh my God, no. Whatever you're thinking about, I said, you can't tell me what to do. Last time I checked, I lived here by my own self. I was wrong. I said, what size shoe do you wear? So you look like a 9. She says, yes. I said, oh. Then they have a vegan pair.
they do.
I get them too. So she's just like, you know what? I'm a vegan and I know they got the vegan pair. So I'm listening, right? And she's talking and she goes, well, I really love them. She goes, but I'm vegan and they got this vegan pair and I've been trying to save up to get on. I said, really? And she said, yes. So she walks her dog every day about the same time. Sometimes a day. So I said, well, you have a good day. And she says, well, thank you, you too. Wow, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I'm somebody else that knows about teeth that like it. I came in here and I prepared tickets. And in 3 days, just like Jesus, they rose up and I waited for her to walk past with her dog. Went outside, so by that time she should be walking kids. Went out there. And I said, this is for you. And she said, I can't take that. I said, well, I can't either because I already have a parent like this.
She took over. She cried, but she like, this is the best ever. And you got some cakes.
And then a friend of mine, she was in Kalamazoo. I introduced her to some teas. She fell in love with them. So I bought her some. And then she started buying them on her phone. And as a matter of fact, a couple of months ago, she said, hey, that's okay. I said, hey, she said, I need your address again. I said, okay. I said, what's up? Oh, just want to send something out to you. I said, okay, all right, I'll look for it. She sent me a pair of keys. No, I was shocked. And I had an outfit to go with it to match it.
They are good looking flats.
They're just amazing. Especially, I got this plan. It's not quite it's not quite a year yet that I've had it. Oh, I see some more growth on me on that side. All right, I'm gonna tell you with this plan, the way it's supposed to work. Is that when they get big like this? So this one, it was this size, right? I saw these little roots growing. So you see, okay, so this is one right here. It was this size. Oh, it had roots growing on it. Went to bed, I woke up, it was sitting on the counter. It had got rid of it. It had dropped it off. Yep, and look at it. This is it right here. That happened a year ago.
The healthy spider. I have one that is about the size of this right now. And it has a couple teeny tiny little babies. But it does not look as good as yours.
So that was, I showed you the size that fell off. And that was a year ago. And this is what it looks like.
Do you fertilize it? Like, what do you do to take such a
I talk to.
Yeah.
Just, I come and I spend time and I look it over like this. I'm like, how you doing today? Let's see. Who's here? Well, hello. So we got some new babies. Hey, babies. I'm your mom. Welcome. So like, oh, is it flowering? Oh my goodness. Hello, pumpkin. Your mommy. Yes, welcome. Oh, you're the only one. I'm sorry. But you gotta know how to talk to. But yeah, that's the size. This size right here. Just one. Just right here. Fell off. Had roots. And I put it right here.
looks great.
And look at it.
Like 1 year.
That's huge. This is the main plant that I got last year. And in a couple of weeks, it will be exactly a year that I got this plant from the eye doctor of the deer. I have cataract from taking prednisone for such a long time. So they were going to do cataract surgery. And so when you get surgery, you get a plant. So the day that I was supposed to come in, they were going to schedule me, they were going to do the exam and then set my surgery date. So when I came out, she goes, did she set your surgery date? She says, no. She says that it's improved enough that I don't have surgery, but I still got it. And gave me some medicine to put in my eyes, and that's it. She says, really? I said, yeah. So I said, can I still get a plan? No, I ain't coming. And it's not my fault. She said, you know what, you're so pretty, so sweet. And we always love you coming here with your music. She said, you got everything we got. She said, yeah, just pick one. So I did. Because I have been waiting 6 months to be able to get my plan. And look at
And
it.
look at it now. It's huge.
This one
Another spider. Oh, look at it. No flowers. Ooh, I
Are you moving? Okay, but you gotta look back there. No, come this way. And look back there.
Oh, there's one that got picked off.
I put him there. Cause he was his little
Is it
line.
that?
The line was,
Oh, I see it now.
and I don't know how that happened, because if the roof is still green.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
But I have a picture of this. I got this plant in November of last year. I haven't even had it here yet. I got it in November. And I'm gonna send you the pictures of what this looked like. It was actually two plants together. The one that it was only in the center.
See, yep.
No, the plant was only this big. See what I have? Your bunch right here. That's how big this was when I got it last November. The plant that was all the way around it was this one right here. See the purple one? That's growing.
Oh, yeah, yep. That's good too.
See this purple one?
Yeah.
That's what was covering that plant up. So when I started, by the time I got through and cleaned all of the dead plant, it was only maybe a few little stems that I had to root them.
Mhm.
Put them in put them in water.
Mhm.
Only a little bit was left in there, and this was growing so fast that it was killing it out. So I had to take the last little bit that was in there. I put them just in the little cups, in that little cup right there, the lip or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I grew. I rooted them, put them in there so they got roots.
Mhm.
And now it's up there, and look how big it is.
That's pretty, because that's just gonna be growing and falling down and cascading over your library.
But again, I will show you a picture of what it looked like.
Yes.
This is my you see, this is almost to the roof.
What kind of plant is this?
This is the fiddleweed plant. I got these, they were only about this big. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize I had it over 5 years. I've had this 5 years because you could see it in the background of one of my shows. So what I've been doing for year 5 is remembering the past, planning for the future. So I show an old show one day, and then the next day I show, we have this a new show.
Cool.
So on one of the old ones where I interviewed my dad, you could see it in the background, and it was little like this. And I said, look at it now.
Where do you do the show? Because I recognize seeing like this in the background. Like,
I used to do it from over here,
okay.
and now I do it over here.
Mhm.
And I did it a few times over here back in the day, like early on. But then when I moved my office down to disability advocates, and I took the big computer down there, then I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do it. I started doing it over here. I was doing that on the counter.
Mhm.
So I was doing it on the counter. And then I said, for year 5, I think it needs to be more professional people looking at it in my home.
Mhm.
And I said, I want different guests. This is gonna be on a whole nother level. So I'm gonna that made me look smart.
Mhm.
This is called a money tree.
Whoa, I've never seen it.
And
I used to have one that was like this size. I don't ever read them. That's huge.
this is crazy because I've had this for over in January, it was a year that I've had it. And it was maybe this tall. I got pictures of it. Okay, question. Look at this. It just now started growing. Look at it, it's growing out of the
Oh yeah.
base. It's gonna keep growing up.
Uh-huh.
I've been growing these since we moved in here. So almost 5 years I've been getting this plant. And I've never had it grow
Yeah.
in the braided part. And look at this.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing. And then if you look over here, look down here. Here's some more. Shooting out.
Oh yeah, just little babies.
They come.
Oh.
Oh, blown away.
I've never seen that. That's cool. That's really cool.
I've never seen. And I watch this plant all the time. I'm looking at all the pictures, all the videos.
Yeah.
I think it's that Badir. Is it Badir?
The eye place? Oh, you're just looking at that?
I think in the building that they have, they've got a big, huge one. I know that U of M in the, I want to say the sleep clinic,
Mhm.
they have a big commercial one there. And they weren't on there. They're all up here. And yeah, they have this, but they have the big one that they grow in tons or somewhere.
I don't know what that is. Sounds complicated to grow.
They're huge. They're a commercial version of this.
I believe it's like this big.
They're huge.
I think I have seen that.
Yep.
And I can picture it.
And so they're a lot big. Let me see. So the leaves would be 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
about this size. And this is bigger. It looks almost like a big tree up there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still braided. But I've never seen
But
it.
it's not strong.
Nope, not at the bottom like that.
Mhm.
From here up, from here down. Nope.
It's the money tree.
But I did find my husband when I was going through stuff. Girl, this is crazy. So I'm going looking at all his stuff. And Tom just says, check the pockets. I'll check the pockets. I checked the pocket. He had $800 in cash in one pocket. And in the other pocket, there was this container that had all of these rare coins in it. The Lord said, just take them, put them up underneath, turn this upside down, put them on there. He said, and find a money tree that has a base like this. I called Eastern Florida. It was the only one. I called everywhere. Nobody had one that was this size.
Mm-hmm.
And the last place I called was Eastern Florida. And she said, this is the only one we have. She said, you want it? And I said, absolutely. And this is the scripture that I asked her to put on it.
So fitting. It's so perfect.
And the fact that she did it,
Yeah. I knew it.
and it was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the only one that they had. She said, normally we have so many. And look at it, it's just growing
Mm-hmm. It's gonna keep growing.
from the base.
Yeah.
And then that's what I had to put a stick in there the other day because it was falling over. And I said, oh, Lord. So, but over there, I think on page 588 or 530, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I made it into the Who's Who 75th edition of Who's Who in America.
Oh, they contacted me this year too.
I tell you, you pay for one book and you get another one for free.
Oh, that's one.
So,
Can I look at it?
yeah.
Was it the Marquise?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What is it?
The big one, right there. Mhm. I'm telling you.
Give, dress up, and never give up. This is cool.
Remember? It's real.
Yeah. So here it is. And you're who?
And then it's up there on the wall. You get that too.
What is it?
With the plaque. Yeah, little plaque.
Oh, yeah. What's the Grand Express?
Can you fix that? It looks like it's crooked. I don't know how it could be crooked.
This one?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, it's a little mistake. Is that better? Yeah. Is that you when you were young? Oh. How old were you in that picture?
23.
Just any.
You like lemongrass or you want wild passion?
Wild passion. What's this?
Cause I'm, ooh,
That's nice.
let's smell this one.
How? Oh,
Take
one
them both.
more, more.
Take them both.
Really?
Try them both. Cause I want you to try it, but you gotta, you
Hold
know,
on, sneaky. Like a Mentos. That's what it's called.
okay, no. So, I believe in self-care, and as part of 100 Shades, I am gonna start my own soap and body butter and oil. That's part of self-care, and then the money that I get, use it to put back into 100 Shades to be able to help. Because that way, I want to get grants. I want to be able to say Jesus on my show, and prayer, and Bible, and shit,
I want the whole spectrum.
you know. But we're growing. I'm the camera crew. Look, that's where we need to go. Let's go. Go to the show, you know, remote today.
Great. Well, I'll try this out. I'll let you know.
And so I picked out some scents, me and my partner. She's in a wheelchair as well. She lives in Maryland.
Cool.
So we picked out some scents and we ended up picking out some of the same one. And only her and her daughter have been using hers. I used mine and I said, real, I think I might want to let somebody else try it. So I did the body wash and then get that bar soap and then that body butter. And then I make the oil myself, but I get the essential oil from them. And then I put it and it's really good for pain, depression, anxiety. Because them is my and it makes you feel good and it opens you up, especially if you have a lot of congestion. It really helps. In fact, I'll get the oil. Let's see if you like that. What I do in my paper bag? Did I leave it?
Oh, they smell so good.
Oh, they're in my paper bag. Here. I got the VA getting some. I got purple hearing aids.
You did?
Oh, I didn't check my sugar. I got a cover from my readers. Of course, it's purple glitter. I got it from. Oh, I was like, why is it? Because I get that from I should have been very behind. I'm trying to fight the camera.
Nice shade of purple too.
Cute. She had to get the pediatric ones in order for me to have it. Okay, so this is my oil blend that I made. Started making it. So I started making it some years ago when I first started making it. Younger.
Oh, that smells so good already. What did you put in there?
I went to the health food store and I told her that I'm in a lot of pain and what can I do, to help. And so she told me she gave me these 3 oils. She says are really good for healing. I said, really? She said, yeah. So I mixed them together. She said, you need a base. And I said, well, I don't want to push this. So
Whoa.
yeah.
It is so strong and so good.
And it just helps me just go.
I feel like my anxiety just like melted away a little bit. Good stuff. What's in it? Is it a secret?
Because I gotta put it on the label. It's peppermint, lemongrass, and spike lavender. Not just fragrance, it's spike lavender. There's different types of lavender. But it's a spike lavender and it's mixed with olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
Then I pray with.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be part of everything. Then you take your bath,
Mm-hmm.
shower, and then you go to
No, well, okay. That's a great idea. I like that. Can't stop smelling it. Like, yeah, that's good.
You got a container? So
Maybe
you got something that you want to put it in?
all this, I will be your first customer once you have them all bottled up and labeled.
Okay.
So I'll definitely buy bottled up. Piece of
And how much you think that size should be?
stuff like that, so I don't know.
But you get to buy that, you be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't really from the church because I have like little essential oils, but they're not in. I don't know.
And then the thing about it is, I have what I call spastic attacks, and it calms my back down.
Mhm.
I've gone in to get massages, and if you don't move it just right, it'll be like this, like I'm having a grandma seizure. And this hand, they just go. And you just put the oil on, smell the oil, and I'm like, breathe, breathe. My body starts relaxing. But I do get my massages done with it. That's the only thing that I use.
Mhm.
When we do cupping,
Mhm.
that's when I really bring my oil. We use my oil.
Mhm.
And I'm nothing.
Where do you go for your massages?
I will be going to Grand Wellness. It's out in Cascade. You see my book, Grace Stein?
What did she say? For Dr. Kimberly, a rock star who always shows up as a happy warrior. We love you, Brett.
And she gave me, look, and it's in purple, and it's a big old purple stuff. You know, I'm like,
She knows you. She knows you that well.
and then I was like, oh, we had the day that she signed the book. Oh my God, it was hilarious. We had people cracking up because everybody always wonders who is she, and like they act like they need to live next door to each other, like they're girlfriends or something. Like, we is, child. So I said to her, I got my book. She says, okay, they told me that you signed your book ready. You got it together. And I said, I got no, she said, I should have known it's gonna be purple. I said, yeah, you told me to make sure I have my Sharpie. And I said, I got to show you. She said, what you got to show me? Where I put my phone?
Okay.
I got to show you. She said, what you got to show me? I said, before we take any picture. Let me go my car back in her before I lose it. We have to have avant-garde piece. So I think mine won being sound. So I told her, I just want to know why y'all didn't tell me. She said, tell you what? I was like, I'm about to show you. She's standing there looking just like you look. Said, I just want you to know. I got an attitude because you didn't tell me. She said, tell you what? And I said, why didn't you tell me my face was that big? She did the same thing. She said, well, the damn. And she said, but you look damn good now.
Yeah.
I said, that ain't the point, honey. I said, why you didn't tell me that? Like, she just teasing her. Like, who is she? So here it is now.
What a huge difference. Was that at Frederick Mark Gardens?
No, it was downtown at the market.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You look great.
So then she gonna say to me, she's like, I work her just for you today. Because I knew I was gonna see you. And I said,
Aw.
who governor wear their favorite color?
Exactly.
Because y'all know she either got on these colors right here. She don't be wearing no damn purple, or she wear that pink.
She's always in pink, I feel like, for next year.
So y'all know. You know that. But look at my fiddle plant. I love going to the market down there because see, they got the big fiddle plant right there.
Do you ever get plants? Do you buy the plants from down there? Because
Nope.
they'll have a sale.
They do?
Yeah, every once in a while, like we go up to the second floor, kind of by the bathrooms up there.
Okay.
They'll have a small rack. I've seen it, not every time I've been there, but they'll have just like $10, $15 so you can get some outdoor plants. It's nice. So next time you're there, check. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. But and they're like nice.
Girl, you know, you done got me excited.
Love
Ooh, okay, now where I'm gonna put it? It don't matter. It's gone. That plant came from the same guy.
from the second year?
No, from the guy that had this plant right here.
Oh, okay.
It was down. It was.
Is that a cactus?
Yeah, so it's grown that much up there. This
In a
is,
year?
this is all new. I got this in December,
Not even.
and it's got a little flower to it. See the little flower?
Oh, cute. I like that one.
And you only have to water it once a month. So this is the first time you're water it.
Yes.
Okay, so I was supposed to have company, and I finally figured out because normally I let people, well, the only person that stays the night is my cousin, and I let her sleep on my couch. You know, that's a lot I really love. I let her sleep on my white couch.
Right.
And the other day, I thought she was coming, and I said, you know what? I just remembered that I had this blow up bed. So I said, I'm gonna see if it fits in there, and if it do, then I said, we got this, situated. And I just didn't have the energy to take it back down. So normally it's not in there. But I don't know if, because our birthdays are together,
Oh, fun.
but you should be able to still see it pretty well. I'm feeling all right. So here's my, those came out of the yard 2 years ago.
They still.
Yeah, I don't know. No. They're like, I printed it. The white ones. And all I did was dry out. And I sprayed the purple. Oh. It's good. And it's just sitting there for 2 years. Yeah. And then here's the potpourri I made. From the top. Good. Then,
I gotta see it.
smaller though.
Yes.
Oh, you think that, oh, okay, that could clean.
Did you have perfume? Look.
But you're turning around and go.
Get up, dress up, lashes.
So I did color, they get right in here, and I, whatever I look on my thing, I match it up. Put on that color. If I, like, it's a new- yeah, and then these are all, and then they have their own, they have their own show. And so the first 4 don't move, but the last 3 shall, but those pull out. Movement, they all range by style, Well, okay.
Oopsie. You always just lights up in here.
Yes, please.
Is there a back one too?
Yeah, all the way in the back.
All right, Dr. K. Thank you. I will try all these soaps and I will let you know.
Thank you. You have to give me a review.
Yes. Oh, thank you for having me over and sharing some ice cream with me.
You're just so good.
Yes, I love seeing everything you got in here too. Some of your pictures, I want to see the babies. Keep you busy while I'm sitting in the hospital. Okay?
Right. We're gonna go out this way.
Which way? This one? Okay.
This is, I'm showing you this real quick.
Yeah.
So he got me this. Set with the, moving. It had to be offered of blue. And so the mother is fighting the deal with blue, the one she had purple. And it was, but she's not. Very angry. But then he got this purple candle, a balloon, and some other stuff on the teeth. There's a lot. There.
It was somewhere around here.
He's on my chair.